Happy VA Wednesday. So today I'm going to be talking about, can you get a VA loan with bad credit? That is a question that gets Googled quite a bit. So first of all, what is bad credit? Right? That's really the million-dollar question, because sometimes people call me and they're like, well, Jen, I have really bad credit. And I'm like, what's your score? And they're like 630. And I'm like, that's not bad. That's not bad. If your credit score is in the 400s, that's bad. Okay, let's be blunt. There's nothing positive if your scores are in the 400s. Something dramatic happened, okay? Or you just don't have much credit and the one thing you had went terribly sideways. Now, VA itself does not have a credit score requirement. Okay, very important, because there's a couple players in the VA space that are very big, and they'll make you think that if you're below 620 or 640, you will never get a loan. That is not true. I can't stress it enough. That is not true. That is not true. That is not true. Okay? It varies by the lender. Each lender determines what risk they're comfortable with. So some of those big guys are like, we do all the marketing, we're gonna cherry pick, we just want, perfect people. Lame, lame. There's no fun in perfection, let's be real. Okay, so that is not the way it goes. It's gonna depend lender by lender. So for instance, I work at Guaranteed Rate Mortgage Company, where we waive our fee on VA loans, and our minimum credit score is 580. Okay, that is our minimum credit score. So if you're 580 or above, right, and everything else looks good, rock and roll. Okay, very important. And I say this because a lot of times people's perception of what bad credit is, it's really not bad, and that's why you always want to talk to someone like, guys, I have my phone number and calendar and everything on here, and I'm always like, call us, call us, call us. I will respond to you, or Alyssa, or Sandy, or Jen, or Sam. You guys know the team. If you watch this channel enough, one of us will respond and tell you like, yeah, that's bad, or no, it's not. I see stuff all the time where people are like, oh, well, I didn't want to reach out because I had a charge off from 5 years ago. And I'm like, we don't care about that. That doesn't mean anything. That a charge off 5 years ago is generally not a big deal. So before you guys disqualify yourself, reach out to me and say, hey, Jen, this is where I'm at. What do you think? And I'll be very honest with you, So sometimes between that 580 and 600 range, it's hard to get a computer accept. Let's talk about that real quick. So when you fill out the application, every lender's gonna run it through what's known as desktop underwriting or loan prospector. They're automated underwriting systems. The goal is always approve eligible. Now, sometimes you're not going to get an approve eligible, especially in that 580 to 600 range. And when you don't get an approve, it's because it means they need a real human to underwrite the file. Okay. Now there's always real humans that double check the computer, but they're saying in this case, hey, like this looks a little, I think we need more additional information. And that leads to what's known as a manual underwrite. Now, not all lenders do manual underwrites. We do. We do a lot of them, like a lot. And what makes us a little bit, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be salesy, guys, but this is important. Like people decline themselves all the time. So what makes us different is we will do a manual underwrite before you're in contract. Right, because we do full approvals before you start shopping. And if you're in a position where you're gonna need to go manual, you want us to do it before you're in contract, because manuals have greater requirements and they can be a little bit more labor intensive when it comes to documents. So you want to get that out before you go shopping, before you have money on the line, and sometimes people will be like, oh, well, these other lenders didn't ask for anything. I'm like, yeah, because they don't care if you lose your money. I want to make sure that you're bulletproof before you go in. So circling back, what is bad credit, right? Like everyone has their idea of what bad credit is. So with us, it's gonna be 580 and above. Now, have I heard of exceptions below 580? Yes, I have, okay? Do I know of other lenders that will do 520, 540? Yeah, there are some that do that as well. 400s, I don't know of any doing that right now. But if you're in that 580 plus category, guys, don't stress it. Seriously, don't stress it. So I know there's far too many YouTube channels that are analyzing credit where everyone's scared of their credit now. Seriously, like I have people who are 720 that are like, I probably need to wait to get my credit up. And I'm like, dude, you have really good credit. What are you doing? Like, you're good, you know? And with VA isn't like conventional when it comes to pricing hits for credit scores. So it's not as dramatic in any way, shape, or form. So 580 and above, I'm happy to help you. Are there other lenders that do lower? Yes. If someone tells you you have to be 640, is that correct? No. So just make sure you guys shop around. And before you have lenders pull your credit, call them. Talk to them, have a conversation with them, see how knowledgeable they are, okay? So important. Feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to help. I am licensed in 48 states, so everywhere but Utah and Rhode Island, but guys, one of my really good friends who's an awesome lender and educator, she's licensed in both of those. So anything you guys need, we are here to help you. Thanks for watching.